This is it, guys. It's so big. Like, really, can you imagine yourself in the shower thinking of your purpose here in the universe? And then you look beside you and you think, wow, I'm really insignificant. Because if you look at all these elements, there's so much. And you know the nice thing about this is that they put whether it's a liquid or gas in room temperature. So I think that's great. So aside from learning the symbols and the names, you also learn about their nature, which I think is just amazing. So check this out. Nitrogen is a gas at room temperature. So it has a certain symbol belonging to it. And liquid at room temperature and radioactive. So you will really learn about it, okay? This is studying not just in the room, it's also in the bathroom. It really gives a new perspective to learning doesn't stop. To my fellow homeschoolers, you know what this means. You know what this means. We can stay in the bathroom for like 2 hours just learning the elements. So yeah, I can't wait to take a shower. It's so big, guys. Like super. It's not even kasha dito. So big lah.
Okay.
Alright guys, I'm gonna go take a shower na. Thank you Tita Q, thank you so much Tita Q and to Gabo. So guys, follow them ha. I'll put their link in the description because this is so cool. Actually, this is gonna be a blanket, you know. But I'm gonna shower na. So and I don't want you to be here when I shower. So. But oh right, the Filipino homeschooler, that's their FB account, and their YouTube account is Gab Academy. Yeah, you know what? That kid is so smart. He makes a lot of videos. He has a video about birds, and if you think birds are boring, think again. Watch that video. Watch his video about birds at Gab Academy on YouTube, and you will change your mind.
Can you discuss what's in this one?
Huh?
Can you discuss?
Where?
Like that one?
Okay, so I am not supposed to give free knowledge, Mom. But, you know,
Sharing is caring.
This is the periodic table of elements. Now, as we know, when you move further in the periodic table of elements, it gets bigger, right? But it's just adding electrons or outer shells. Because our first element, hydrogen, only has one outer shell. Actually, no outer shell at all. But as you go further, as you go left, you're adding more electron shells and electrons. Now, why is it bigger? So as it gets bigger, more protons and neutrons and electrons, because an atom, it's an element, right? An atom has no overall charge. So meaning none of them can be unstable. But as you go further into the periodic table of elements, it gets more unstable because there are more protons, neutrons, and electrons. And so when this happens, radioactivity is born. Why? Well, how does radioactivity happen? Well, radioactivity happens when an atom, a large one, or an element undergoes beta or alpha decay. So beta or alpha decay is when they remove protons and electrons, or neutrons and protons, depending on the decay, because there's alpha and beta, but I won't tell you which because like free information. And yeah, so as you go further, and uranium is the last recurring natural organic element that you'll find on Earth. Everything after uranium, where's uranium? 92. Where's 92? This was 82.
84.
Yeah, this is also my problem, guys. That's why I take them.
74. Where's mine? This is 70. 81, 85, 86. This is
What? I thought 92. Yeah, uranium, 92. So everything after uranium is man-made. As you can see, it's already radioactive. So everything after it is man-made. That's why their names are very long, because they are not naturally reoccurring. And a fun fact, chromium, where's chromium? Here, chromium, it changed names lots of times because chromium was actually red, but then it changes colors every time it reacts to a new atmosphere, or every time it forms an oxide or oxidation layer, oxidation layer. And then it was actually called rhodium, like for red colors, and rubidium, but that's also a different element. So eventually they just decided to stick with chromium, because if you know, guys, if you watch those car videos, remember there's a chromium tinted car where the color is so nice, like almost holographic. That's why it's called chromium, because the color of this element is changing all the time. That's why it had a different
Again, what's
name.
this number?
This one is their number or their chemical symbol. This is a chemical symbol, and this is their atomic number, and this is their atomic mass. So there's also different
You
atomic mass.
describe sa ano mo yung copper, right?
Oh yeah, I
Where's
described
copper?
in my portfolio review copper. Where's copper? Copper, CuC. Oh my god, how did you here, copper. This is copper, and copper, like silver and gold, they have antimicrobial properties, which is like mind-blowing. So if you have copper mass, make sure to not wipe them or wash them all the time like my dad, but I don't blame him because, you know, he's just doing his best to be hygienic. But as much as possible, don't wipe it all the time so you won't lose
You need
the
now the vitamin ascorbic
stuff.
acid in with
zinc.
zinc.
Yeah,
What's
zinc.
zinc?
Zinc is an element. It's what they it's also found in our bodies. So guys, there's also a trend going around where you eat copper. Don't eat copper, okay? We already have naturally occurring copper in our bodies. So if somebody tells you to eat copper, I did a presentation about it. But copper has antimicrobial properties like I mentioned earlier. But I didn't mention zinc a lot. I got caught off guard, so I took a quick break and I did a little reading, but don't tell anyone, just pretend I already know it. But zinc is a mineral, and you know what minerals do? They mineralize your body. That's why you take Centrum Advance, because it has minerals. But no, minerals actually, they're good for your body, and they're good for your body. That's why they're called minerals. But because it's a naturally occurring element and it's a mineral from Earth, it helps your body. that's I can't explain it further. But also one last fact: calcium. Where's calcium? Calcium over here.
Where?
Here. Calcium was the basic components. Taj Mahal is actually made out of calcium because back then in India, calcium was actually cement. So they used it to make Taj Mahal, which is amazing. Your bones and Taj Mahal are related. Can you believe that? I'm related to Taj Mahal. That's a weird thing to say, but believe it or not, it's true. Now, what inspired me to study this charot lang? I'm just to put it out there, like I'm not bragging or anything. I just want to share lang my knowledge because sharing is caring. And sometimes when I have free time, I just study the elements. It's true, huh? And you don't just read it from a book, because some of you might think, oh, I don't want to study because I have to read it, I have to memorize. No, actually, believe it or not, I was inspired to study the elements of the periodic table when I watched Netflix. You know Project MC Squared? Right? There's a character that loves the elements, and so I was inspired from that. So you can learn from anywhere. You can learn from YouTube, the comment section, from Netflix, from Google, anywhere. It doesn't have to be in a book. Whatever your learning style is, you can do that. That's
But
why
of course, remind them there
there are certain
shows in
Netflix that are not for kids. So yeah. I know kasi I studied elements when I was like 1 year old. joke lang guys. I studied na din same lang, you know, like the normal age. I just loved it. I found my passion in science. So just find what you're passionate about and what you like, kasi if you like that subject or if you like that matter.
So you don't like music?
I like music. You will really, you know, it will just come to you naturally. So this is our periodic table. So chlorine, if you combine chlorine and bromine, that's actually deadly gas.
How
That's what
about
they use in Germany.
Sodium chloride. What is it?
Sodium chloride is table salt.
Okay.
And I eat it every day. And yeah, I made it of sodium.
Okay, that's all?
That's all. Oh, guys, by the way, you might notice that there are A blocks, D blocks, S blocks, P blocks.
Where is that? Where is
Here,
that?
P blocks. They put it here, guys. I can't believe it. It's so nice. So this P blocks, even though they're not the same color, because sometimes it's color coded, but they're not in the same group. The blocks are actually their components or their structure. So it's like two balloons on top of each other. It's how the atoms are placed together, because in quantum physics or in atom world, there are certain rules that the atoms and science should follow. And if you study the blocks, they follow it. I'm actually still studying that, so I'm not a pro pa. And yeah, you guys can do it. We can do it, guys. And now we know our elements. Well, maybe just some of them. And like and subscribe naman, y'all, for more information and educational information. But yeah, that's it.
Wait, you got it.
Anyway, sorry guys, I speak too much. It's my favorite subject talaga. Bye!